Plug Power just changed the hydrogen game. Here's what that means. Hey Infonauts, today we're diving into a press release from Plug Power. Now, I know, press releases usually sound like a bunch of corporate jargon, but trust me, this one is a game changer. Plug Power, a company that's been pushing hydrogen fuel cell technology for years, just introduced the first ever spot pricing for liquid green hydrogen. If you don't know what that means, don't worry. By the end of this video, you will. This change could completely shift how companies buy and use hydrogen, making it more accessible, more flexible, and possibly accelerating the transition away from fossil fuels. So what's happening? Why does it matter? And how does this all work? Let's break it down. Until now, companies that needed hydrogen, whether for industrial processes, power generation, or fuel cell vehicles, had to sign long-term contracts with hydrogen suppliers. This meant they were locked into fixed pricing and supply agreements, sometimes for years at a time. Now Plug Power is introducing spot pricing, which means companies can buy hydrogen on demand at market prices, just like how oil, gas, and electricity markets operate. What is spot pricing? Spot pricing means purchasing a commodity at the current market rate, rather than a pre-negotiated fixed price. This type of pricing already exists for things like natural gas, crude oil, and electricity, but it's never been done before for liquid green hydrogen. Companies can now buy hydrogen when they need it, instead of being tied down to long-term commitments. Think of it like airline tickets. If you book months in advance, you might get a deal, but if you book last minute, you're paying the going rate. That's essentially what's happening here. Key takeaway? This gives companies a lot more flexibility in how they source hydrogen. Why this matters? This isn't just a small change, it could reshape how the hydrogen industry operates in a few key ways. 1. More competitive and transparent pricing. In traditional contracts, companies are stuck with fixed rates that might not reflect real-time supply and demand. Spot pricing introduces market-driven pricing, which means if hydrogen supply increases, prices drop. If demand spikes, prices rise. This could help establish a more open and competitive hydrogen market, similar to how oil and electricity prices are determined. 2. Easier for new businesses to enter the hydrogen market. Before, if a company wanted to start using hydrogen, they had to commit to long-term deals. Now, they can experiment with hydrogen on a smaller scale, without making a big financial commitment. 3. Encourages large-scale adoption of green hydrogen. Many companies have been hesitant to switch to hydrogen because of long-term contracts and unpredictable future costs. With spot pricing, they can buy hydrogen when it's cheap and scale their use over time. This could accelerate the transition to clean energy, making hydrogen a more viable alternative to fossil fuels. Who this affects? So, who really benefits from this change? Industrial plants. Many factories use hydrogen for steel making, chemical production, and refining. Now, they can buy when prices are low instead of being locked into expensive contracts. Power companies. Hydrogen is being tested for grid-scale energy storage and power generation. Spot pricing lets utilities adapt their energy mix based on real-time costs. Fuel cell vehicle operators. Hydrogen-powered trucks, buses, and forklifts need reliable and affordable refueling options. This could help expand hydrogen fueling networks. Investors and governments. As hydrogen becomes easier to buy and sell, we could see more infrastructure investments and policy incentives to support clean energy adoption. How it works. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how this actually functions. Weekly pricing updates. S&P Global Platts, a major price reporting agency, will publish weekly hydrogen prices based on real-time market supply and demand. Plug Power's plants. Participate. Right now, Plug Power has multiple hydrogen production plants in locations like Woodbine, Georgia, Charleston, Tennessee, and St. Gabriel, Louisiana. Combined, they can produce around 45 tons of liquid hydrogen per day. Companies need a spot agreement. If a company wants to buy hydrogen at market prices, they sign a quick agreement with Plug Power, which gives them access to purchase on a per-need basis. Hydrogen is delivered on demand. Instead of waiting for scheduled deliveries based on a fixed contract, buyers can purchase hydrogen as needed, making supply chains more efficient. What Plug Power is saying. The leadership team at Plug Power is hyped about this, and they see it as a transformational shift for the hydrogen industry. Andy Marsh, CEO of Plug Power, says this will improve the accessibility and affordability of green hydrogen, making it more attractive for businesses. Sanjay Shrestha, Plug Power president, believes this will allow Plug to maximize hydrogen production efficiency, keeping plants running smoothly while maintaining economies of scale. This is a big deal for the future. Now here's where things get really interesting. 1. Hydrogen could become a more mainstream energy source. If this pricing model works, more companies might transition to hydrogen, knowing they aren't locked into expensive long-term commitments. 2. It could set the standard for the global hydrogen market. Right now, there's no standardized pricing system for hydrogen. This could help establish a global market, where hydrogen is bought and sold like oil, natural gas, and electricity. 3. Better infrastructure development. If businesses see hydrogen as a reliable, flexible option, it could lead to more refueling stations, more production plants, and better delivery networks. More infrastructure, cheaper hydrogen, faster clean energy adoption. 4. Potential for a trading market. If enough companies start using spot pricing, we could eventually see hydrogen trading on major energy exchanges, just like oil or natural gas. This could attract more investors and further drive down costs. Final thoughts. This is a huge shift in how hydrogen is bought and sold, and it has the potential to reshape the clean energy industry. More competition and transparency in pricing. More flexibility for companies to adopt hydrogen. A possible blueprint for a global hydrogen market in the future. What do you guys think? Could this finally push hydrogen into the mainstream? Or is it just another overhyped energy experiment? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future deep dives like this one. Until next time, Infonauts, keep exploring.